Let's enjoy this. I'm excited about this. Game number 1 on Curse Hollow. On the left-hand side here, we got the members of Counterpick Stupid. We're going to be having Keladorn going to be on the Abathur. Look at that skin. That is fancy. Osprey is going to be on the Kael'thas. We're going to be Wit's End on the Uther. Silma is going to be on the Illidan, and Valkymer is going to be on that Muradin. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Periloot. We are going to be having Swill going to be on the ETC. Helio is going to be on the Tyrande. Carthan is going to be on that Artanis. Elevamar? That's probably going to be wrong. It's going to be on the Gul'dan, and we have Toasty going to round out the draft on that ETC? No, that's going to be Raynor. Completely missing everything. I'm so flustered by you, Herocype. Thank you seriously so much, and thank you to everyone who's following. I really do appreciate the support this evening. You all are beautiful people, and I thank you seriously so much. But we got a draft here. We got a game. Excuse me, we have a game here. Let's get into this. We do have... Uther with the, not Uther, excuse me, Muradin with the third wind as well at level 1, so they're going to be having just a little bit more sustain in that fight. ETC will be going into the Prog Rock. Look at this Illidan, just being such a nuisance in between the rotations. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button on my stream deck. I was trying to get to our controller to turn off a player thing. I apologize. I'm all over the place this evening. We are just gonna we're dropping stream, we're dropping games. Regardless, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. In the terms of assassins, what's the most important to you? Mobility, damage, self-sustain. Do you have a pick one, or do you completely drop the others? Elevmar. That's probably so wrong. Okay, hold on. Do I actually have this set up properly? There we go. So now we can show vision. This is literally what I want to do, and I have a hotkey for it, but I hit the legit start for the stream button. So I just had to turn off all that stuff really quickly. Spooked Worm, Pendlebot, thanks for coming by. But yeah, we can see the vision now for both the teams, and it's just to get an idea of what they're actually going to be doing here. I really like that we're going to be able to highlight how they're going to be setting up around these first objectives. First one is going to be popping up in about a minute and 15 or so seconds. We do have the top lane bruiser camp going to be coming through here as well, and then now we have the bottom lane bruiser camp going to be picked up for said lane. Illidan will be scouted out on this camp on the right hand side. You can see that sentinel that just came through will be providing that little bit of vision, so they know that there's no Illidan to come down here. Maybe they can pressure up a little bit harder and a little bit further. It doesn't seem like that'll be the case. Actually, they're going to be trying to dive onto this camp. Toasty initially dove on right there, and then Swill is going to be trying to pressure out, but they're just going to leash the camp? Is that it? So I'm trying to find someone without a questing talent, but they're going to continue to battle this out. Look at Silma on the left-hand side of our engagement. They're still going for that camp. They actually have to back out right there, as Osprey is going to be having to back off as well. First objective will be popping up in the bottom lane. The announcement coming through right about now. And now we go into the top lane. Once again, we're going to be just checking out what Carthan's doing up here, just making sure this Abathur isn't getting a ton of value. And I apologize, we missed the first kill of the game right there, as that will be Raynor getting picked off by the Uther. Looks like Wit's End is having a couple issues with his mount. Seems like they accidentally set the mount key to Z all of a sudden. Let me flame my team captain, Royce. That clip of Kaimo Tripson getting hit by the keep, I don't know why, but I was actually watching it today and giggling about it again. Every time I hear Toasty, I think of Hosty. Same epic player, same. Thank you for coming by as well. Thanks to everyone who's hanging out and staying after the raid, and I really do appreciate it. Osprey is going to be going ahead and grabbing. First objective, we do have Carthan in the top lane, going to be continuing to push this out. And Abathur is getting some decent value. Let's actually cycle through some of the other objective, some of the other damage numbers, some healing numbers, as well as experience that's going to be coming in right now. It's just going to be able to kind of set ourselves up and get an idea of what they're going to be doing in those departments in our early to mid game right now. But another objective will be popping up momentarily, and this Abathur pressure will not stop, and they don't want to let it just get too out of control, because Abathur left alone means they can just go into the lane actually and body soak the minion wave. It also pushes out the Locust a little bit faster, as well as they're then able to hat. I apologize. Someone asked me a question about assassins, and I'm just like, I read it, and then I said, yes, I read it, and I just didn't think to answer. How many of you seen... I'm not reading that, Kage. Wait, it's on Z now? I thought it was on Z the entire time. Kaleo, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. This is America, not England. Actually, I think that's Canadian as well. Zed is like multiple countries, Australia as well. Selma's going to get hit with the Sentinel right there, going to stall it out, but I think they're still going to be able to get this. Can they get the swap? They actually do, so that puts Artanis in the fight right now. They're going to be able to throw a little bit of corruption damage in from the Gul'dan as well, and now they're going to be starting to get the damage out onto Cawthon, who needs to make their way out. No shields will be procced, and they will be picked off. Another kill in favor for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid as they get the heal onto this Illidan so very low right there, as Osprey is also trying to spread that damage around and try and just find someone to kill here, but they're not able to get a kill just yet. They do pick up the objective with the Abathur hat connecting onto Wit's End right there before they really get picked off, and I really like that. Look at Keldorn. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Being able to put the Abathur body in lane is just such a faster way to soak. You can get your Locust out a little bit further. They have a health. They have a health bar, obviously, but they also have a timer bar on them. And so the further away you are, the less value they get because they have to travel down the lane and blah 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 blah. We can see that. Yeah, Canadian uses some of the British English. I say Z though.
Or face my curse.
It was fun. Like I had one friend because I grew up in Michigan, and I had one friend because we went. Like Canadians, running into Canadians wasn't too, like, abnormal, I guess you could say. Because we lived near Detroit, so they come through and we would go through to their side and for sporting events and stuff like that. And one time there was like someone like spelling something, and the guy went Z, and my friend looked at me and goes like, what letter is that? Like I was just like, seriously, it's just Z, dude. But yeah. Oh, hold on, they might have found themselves in Artanis? No, ETC, excuse me. Swill is so very low, but the Abathur hat just coming in and clutch right there. 8 to 8 in levels. Can they get some sort of damage in this backline? Selma's going to get the cleanse right there, but they're not going to be standing. They're going to be standing still for quite some time. Abathur hat coming through. That will be curse in favor for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Periloot trying to step further forward into this engagement, and they're not going to. Oh, that swap. Ooh. I picked the meleeist one. Between damage, mobility, self-sustain, which is the most important if you had to pick one and drop all the others? Self-sustain, I feel like it, but it really depends on your composition that you're going for, because every composition's different. You know, if you want to go for a dive heavy composition, then you might want to have some, you might want damage. You might just want pure damage. But if you're going for more of a control composition, something like a Joanna with a Raynor and a Jaina, and maybe like a Stukov or Alexstrasza, so you're playing the points a little bit slower, and then you're going to be able to clear when you have advantage, then you have that Raynor, so you have sustained damage or sustained damage as well. Oh no, you have to ask for self-sustain, excuse me. Either way, still, Raynor does have their own self-sustain as well. So it's just, I don't know, like, I think it's when you pick up a composition, that's really when you actually are going to start focusing in on some of those values right there as a team, because that will kind of drive what you're going to prioritize. If you're going dive composition, typically it's damage. All you want is damage. You want blow up, and then you're going to have a great healer who's maybe able to get that clutch heal in. Something like in the last best of 3 series that we just saw, you saw a very heavy dive composition. They went for the Rhaegar, and I was mentioning that in the draft because of the fact that Rhaegar dives with the friendly team. He's got the ability to spread that healing around with the chain heal, and they also have that great ancestor healing for that big heal. When they do dive in, they can't back out, and they need to kind of keep pressing forward and keep pushing the fight. So there's a lot of good trades with those, and overall, it just really comes down to what you want to prioritize within your draft. And I think that also will drive what you kind of have to drop and what you have to prioritize when it comes to assassins. I hope that answers your question. As much as a ramble as it was. Either way, a melee assassin Rhaegar. Stark, I think I might have just spoke to Stark's heart with just that melee assassin Rhaegar. But look at the Abathur right now. Going to be pushing up in bottom lane. Keldorn. This is what you'd like to see with an Abathur play. Did they slap this wall down is my question. I actually wish I had the vision at that time to kind of show that, but I want to jump onto the vision for the members of Periloot right now. Artanis going to be pushing up top lane. They can catch a couple members in this mid, and this is kind of important to see here, because typically when we're when I'm an observer, like, I can see everything. I can watch Maymap, I know exactly, but oh wow, that face check into that bush right there from Swill might have been their demise almost, but that's going to be the Hyperion coming in. Look at Keldorn with the copy of the Illidan as well, so that's going to be double Illidan. Hunt going to be going into the backline. Mosh Pit onto 2 members to slow them down, but that Phoenix is still getting damage into Swill. They get the power slide out. Can they get the healing? Nice knockback to make sure that no one else dives onto them. Keldorn trying with that clone to get in there, but they still get the siege camp, and that is going to be no kill. And then also, the other thing to note too is going to be the clone down for the Abathur, but actually, I'm surprised by this right now, because I think they actually had vision of the enemy team. They still have vision of most of the team in this bottom lane, so they could have actually thrown. Well, no, sorry, I thought this was already up. I was looking at the minimap and I was like, oh, it's already up because it's the same color on the minimap when it's spawning as to when it's actually there. So I thought for a second, I was like, oh, Abathur, you can just go right there and do it. But no, they'll back out. They'll go ahead and just jump into this bottom lane, make sure the pressure continues. And now we are going to be seeing the note for Ultimate Evolution. Osprey going to get swapped right there. Abathur hat going to be going onto them as well. Nice gravity lapse onto 2. That's going to be the blind from Artanis as well. Valkymer in this backline is getting their health drained, and they're going to have to use the Dwarf Toss to get out. Abathur hat onto them as well. They're getting forced back. The Echo Corruption value is really strong right there. Swap went out into Wit's End, but it didn't connect to pull them away. Swill with the power slide onto 1. Valkymer is a little bit low. Once again with the Dwarf Toss, that's going to be a good poke coming out from the Kael'thas as well. Phoenix going to be coming out from them on top of all this to continue to lay out this point. They're doing a great job of making sure that no one can grab this, but now the Phoenix isn't far enough forward. They have the Lunar Flare into the bush, but it doesn't connect. Wit's End, they cycle through, grab their well, and now they're going to try and re-engage onto this. Abathur does have the clone up and available. That is going to be the Divine Storm. Hunt goes into the Gul'dan. They get the pick right there. Horrify goes out right at the end, and it separates a couple members. They get the Kael'thas as well, continuing to dive in onto Carthan right there. They find the follow-up stun, and they're not able to get the Artanis just yet, but Valkymer wants to find a kill. Hyperion coming out already in this engagement. It's back-to-back engagements where it's used. Caledon just trying to get some value here, and they end up getting the objective on the side of can't counterpick stupid, and they back right out of there. Woo! This is my Abathur playstyle, living on the edge with body soaking. I agree. Like, look at this. This is, I mean, and they don't know on the opposing side that this Abathur's here. They have no idea whatsoever. That was a really good back and forth engagement between those two teams. Really good plays, smart decisions, great posturing, and just overall great shot calling from both sides to make sure that the support was on point and going to be keeping them safe throughout that entire engagement. I gotta say, just hats off to both teams for that. But look at Valkymer and Silma going to be trying to engage onto this. They have the Abathur hat, but I don't think they want a 2v3 here. Yeah, they back right out. Plus, they had no idea. I don't think they knew where Toasty was right there. Or excuse me, not Toasty. Gul'dan. I can't pronounce the name properly. I apologize. Game Freck, bulk license. Thank you so much for the follows. I really do appreciate the support during this game, my friends. Once again, seriously, shout out to Heroes Hype. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for bringing everyone over here after the premiere series. I really, really do appreciate all the support from all of you, and thank you for helping me push towards partners. We do have the power slide from the ETC coming through onto Valkymer, forcing them back right there. Stormbolt onto 1, and now they're going to be able to... Oh, I thought they were going to get some more corruption right there, but they do finish out the questing talent. Illidan, meanwhile, just doing Illidan things in top lane, just going to go ahead and push this out, grab a fort for themselves, and just have more map pressure in their favor. That's going to be a huge grouping up here. Swill's going to be having the mosh pit zoning them back. They will take tower shots right there, but look at the damage coming in from the Gul'dan, who gets hunted in the backline as well, and now Silma's trying to find Swill, but I don't think that's what they're going to be able to grab, and so they end up getting swapped out of it. That will be the clone from Caledon as well. Now Swill's in a bit of a rough spot as they need to get right out of there. This Illidan, I don't think, will confirm the kill. The clone is what meaning, and so they're just going to have to back off with that, but they still want to chase into this. Swap went out, didn't connect. They're going to now turn this around. Can they find a pick right here? They already got the Uther, and I think that's just going to be enough for them to back off, and they do have 15 seconds on the objective. The members of Periloot bringing it back in this later half of the game. Yo, Dark Knight, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I will resend that alert once we get out of there. Pindlebot, howdy. I like my hosty with jelly. Gul'dan, yeah. I love a good Gul'dan player. Because it could be like Elivmar. No, it's probably Elivmar? Elivmar? I'll never get it right. Okay, cool. And look at this. Oh. Apparently... What? I said cool 3 times and my phone apparently thought I was asking it a question. This dive in bottom lane though, Hunt gonna be coming in onto the Artanis. Can they survive? Everything is being used. Look at that. That's really good communication coming out from Can't Counterpick Stupid. That's something that we should highlight really quickly right now, is because the fact that they're going to be able to then just burn right through that Artanis and not allow them to get any sort of ability, any sort of swap, any sort of proc onto shielding. That constant, just, you know, the stun for moves, the gravity lapse follow-up. You have also, I think, Murden with the Stormbolt in there as well. And all of that started with just the Hunt from the Illidan, which, by the way, you can see right there, that cooldown is just being burned through as they auto-attack through this boss. Are we going to see a point blank The Hunt? I hope so. I really hope so. I love a point blank Hunt from the Illidan. 16s though are here going on the left-hand side for Can't Counterpick Stupid, and these lanes are really far pushed back for Periloot. Not very far pushed back, but they're turtled up a little bit. Boss through bottom lane. They've got Siege Giants through top. They don't know where the enemy team is. They could be going for this boss camp on the left-hand side. They won't be able to go for tribute here. That's for certain, because they are currently showing 4 people on bottom and 1 person on top. We do currently have the Abathur pushing out bottom lane a little bit more. Sentinel went through, and they might have scouted out the Muradin right there, so they might have an idea that they're on this boss, but this boss in bottom is still going to be having about a third of its health. The rotation's going to be way too late, and Illidan's just going to be pushing in through the mid lane right now, so it's a little bit of a distraction. They might try and dive onto the Illidan, and that might give them enough time for this boss, but look at Swill right there. Yeah, they're scouting it out, and they know, and they're like, you know what? It's not worth giving over any sort of advantage to the enemy team. We got the curse. We evened it up, or at least the tribute point. We evened this up to 2-2. They're never prepared for the point blank hunt. I agree. Everything in the kitchen sink was thrown at that Artanis. Yes, I agree. Quiet Josh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, my dude. Muradin, Uther, Kael'thas, Illidan. Is this 2016? I hope not. I didn't start casting in 2016. I actually started, I was looking back at it, like I was trying to figure out like when I started doing all this, and my first time as Bahamut Gaming casting and doing stuff, January 1st, 2017. Like I guess I made it a New Year's resolution. I honestly couldn't remember. I thought I started in the summer. Anyways, this is going to be 17-16 right now, and this will also be Wit's End just already in the bush scouting out for the friendly team. Illidan in the mid lane can hunt in at any point. That's off cooldown. Let's pull away the talents really quickly and get a better view of the battlefield right now. As there, you can see that Illidan with the hat right there. Power slide from the ETC. Is going to be a mosh going out onto a couple, and that's a huge mosh, and that's going to be 2 kills right there. Can they find Valkymer? And that's going to be the Muradin in that avatar form, able to make it out that third one, getting them the value right there as well, and the healing from Uther, so very good. Meanwhile, look at this. Look at Keldorn in bottom lane. Still just pushing. Still just pushing. And I think they might have vision of the enemy team in that top lane. Oh, the Abathur's not showing. I thought they were showing right there, but they will be backing off. And yeah, they can see that there are 5 members up top lane pushing up there, so they know that they're going to be safe with that Abathur in the bottom lane, just able to kind of stay down there. And look how far forward Keldorn is. They're just trying to mitigate any sort of bottom lane value. Sentinel coming through, I think, to scout for the Abathur potentially, or maybe anyone else coming up for a flank into the enemy team, or into the friendly team. 7 seconds on Uther, who is Divine Storm, and we also have the Kael'thas will be coming up in 2 seconds on top of it. Meanwhile, Illidan with a hat is going to be pushing up onto a keep, and they'll have to back off for a second. Siege Giants are going to be pushed into this lane as well. I think they're just going to try and trade these out right now. Kael'thas with the Phoenix to kind of zone the enemy team away, but this keep isn't attacking, so they don't have to worry about that too much here. And now the Mule coming down into top lane. The Abathur hat going to be going onto it as well to add some extra shielding and some extra siege, anti-siege, I guess you could say. Huge amount of damage going onto that Gul'dan as well. They don't have a mosh pit right there. I saw the ETC power slide, but set 37 seconds onto that one. Nice Divine Storm coming out from the Uther. They find a Tyrande and an ETC, and now can they find themselves an Artanis? Everything being thrown once again at the Artanis. They found that kitchen sink to throw out right at his head at the end. Muradin gonna go ahead and get the... No, actually, Kael'thas will go ahead and get the steal right there. And meanwhile, Illidan is just gonna be sitting onto the core and saying like, hey, thanks for taking that fight. Thanks for stopping the friendly team, or the enemy team, from backing. I'm just going to be an Illidan on core with my level 20 talent here. Yeah. Epic Power, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Game number 1's going to be going over to the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. GG. Well played. Whew. I gotta say, it was a very impressive core call and keep defense. John Knight, I agree. Wait, what? Wait, why would you blame Stark, Ghost Bear? Alrighty, everybody, let's bring it back. Let's get a Friday Night Movies. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that support, my friend. Thank you, seriously, everyone who's following. Thank you once again to Heroes Hype for the raid. I honestly cannot thank you enough. I will probably say it quite a few more times. Dark Knight, thank you also for the 100 bits.
Thanks for the cast.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for the games. 0 damage soaked on ABBA. Alrighty, let me get my next, let me get the next, oh, I already have it. What? Wait. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, we're all good. Let's update the team scores. That's the wrong thing. Noberis, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that, my friend. Abba not using the health bar as a resource. If you take 0 damage on apathy, you're not living. I don't know about that one right there, my friend. I don't know about that one. John Knight, is that the kind of core call you coach them to do, Kappa? Oh my god. Wait, what? SNES graphics era mode. What? SNES era mode 7 graphics? For what? Oh, sorry. How do you change the camera angle like that? So I have I use Aliobs, and it's a program. It's programming in Heroes of the Storm through Aliobs. You have to. There's a walkthrough on his website if you just look up, because he also does observation clients for Heroes, not Heroes Hearth, Hearthstone, StarCraft, mostly StarCraft because that's what he made his name doing, and then he also did Heroes of the Storm Observer. So the one that you guys all currently see, where there's no where the bottom doesn't take up all the room, as well as you see the talent tiers not at the top anymore, that's Aliobs. And so there's a little program you can do through him to be able to do that. I tell them to trust their instincts and don't shy away from the moment and play where they're already good. Alrighty, everybody, we got ourselves a game number 2 really quickly. We'll just run through the draft, just kind of get an idea of some of this stuff. The members of Can't Counterpick Stupid, I believe. Yeah, sorry, I just want to make sure I also got this on the right side. They banned out Junkrat. The opposing team banned out Lunara. CCS banned out Diablo. The opposing team banned out Anubrak. Friendly team picked up Gul'dan for their first pick, as they had first pick priority, it looks like. And then the opposing team picked up Joanna Stukov. Left-hand side picked up Tyrande Muradin. They banned out Arthas. Oh my god, I'm reading this as they wrote it. But Can't Counterpick Stupid banned out Arthas. The opposing team... The opposing team banned out Arthas, they banned out Jaina, and then there was a Tychus Kael'thas for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid, and Sylvanas, Ragnaros, and oh my god, this is so back and forth. I'm so sorry, everybody. Tychus Kael'thas on the opposing side, Sylvanas, Ragnaros for CCS, and then last pick is the Imperius. Sorry about that. You can do it without the Aliobs overweight, prove it in Fight Night. Oh, you can, Kage? Okay. Gotta make the keybinds for the rotations. Oh, okay. I thought the keybinds were through Aliobs. That was the thing. I honestly don't remember. I did it so long ago, and I just remember that I edited a document within my Heroes of the Storm document. So if you want to know how to do the camera spin, it's somewhere in those... if you go into his website, you can find the information. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into game number 2 here, because it's pretty late already, and let's keep going. We got games. Let's get into our next match. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. We're going to be having Silma going to be on the Sylvanas. We'll be having Valkymar going to be on the Muradin. Osprey is going to be on the Gul'dan. Wit's End will be on the Tyrande, and Keladorn will be on the Ragnaros. On the right-hand side, we've got the members of Periloot. Down a game and trying to take us to game number 3. Swill is going to be on the Joanna. We're going to be having Toasty on the Tychus. Helio is going to be on the Stukov. We're going to be having... it's Elevmar? I'm doing my best here. That's going to be played by Kael'thas, or going to be playing Kael'thas, and we're going to be having Karthan going to be on the Imperius in bottom lane. Look at this wraparound. Hold on. Can I do this without making a... There we go. I want to see the vision for Imperius right now, as they see an entire team just coming up through this bottom to try and snipe their well from their lane. That's such a ballsy play, I'm not going to lie. Pet Bandit. Oh, I should do that. That needs to be there. What would even be that command? It's just like I have to get up from stream to pet him. Since you got all those bits and subs recently, when are we getting a bandit? When are we getting that bandit Twitter? Ektar, are you serious right now, my dude? Are you playing me, my homie? Ektar. Dog. Osprey's going to get caught in this bottom lane right now. And also, Norbarianus, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate that. Kael'thas will get the first pick onto the Gul'dan right there. And that's also going to be shifting Meteor build for this Ragnaros. Huh. I have not seen a living Meteor build from Ragnaros in quite some time, but I'm excited to see it. Pretty much it looks like the standards across the board. We are going to be seeing the Spine Launcher for that Stukov, just I think to keep themselves a little bit further away. Thank you so much, Cat Peach. I appreciate that. Alrighty, yeah, 2 to 3 in levels, and yeah, we just continue. Like, I like the rotation over to this camp is pretty quick, and there's actually, I highlighted this in the previous matchup that we had right before this best of 3 series. This siege camp, it's a 1 minute 30 counter on it, so you want to try and grab it right at the 1 minute mark when it pops up, because then as you get it and there's like, it maybe takes you 20 seconds if you can do it fast enough, then you have it pop back up at 2 minutes and 60 seconds or 50 seconds, so then you're going to be able to then have that pressure once again added into the lane, and then the enemy team has to respond to it right as the objective's popping up. That gives you time to then jump onto the objective, have a little bit better posturing, or what ends up happening is both teams time it out really, really good, and then they're able to just kind of crash them in mid and then just fight over the point. Regardless, that's not going to be the case here because we do see them. I wonder if they're just holding it till the actual objective's up and available. Imperius is going to be in top lane going into Caledorn, have a little bit of some lane swaps here as we do have the Kael'thas into the Sylvanas in this bottom lane. Interesting matchup right there. They also did go for possession at level 4, stealing away a few of those minions we just saw, and now they're going to be able to have the buffed out bottom lane. And I like that. Possessions is a good play for this, and the Mercenary Queen does get value with that null camp and that push power, but if you're not going for that constant push power, you're not basically taking this camp off cooldown, then realistically going for the possession is probably a smarter move. I do Meteor build when I'm trying to get the best rain. Trying to be the best rain boss. Ektar's not a dog, but Bandit is. Oh my god, Kage. Kage, please. Corruption going to be coming in right here. That's going to be a lot of good damage going out onto Valkymer, who's actually going to spread the chain bomb to 2 friendly members. They don't have it on themselves, but now Tychus is going to be stepping forward. Toasty trying to get the burn onto them, and that's going to be Wit's End so very low, able to make it out alive. They don't have the upgrade where it actually applies the living bomb to any of the players from the Flame Strike. That would have definitely secured the kill into Toronto right there, but it's only 6 to 6 in levels. 1 kill in favor for the members of Periloot, as now they're stepping up towards Valkymer. Nice Celestial Charge from Imperius, and they get the blow up from the Kael'thas. Actually, Stukov will steal away that kill. Lunar Flare going to be connecting onto 1 right there, pushing that quest up by just actually 1. I was like, oh, I wonder what they're at. Just 1. They got 1. But that is going to be charged, though, in favor for the members of Periloot. Definitely a different game number 2 that we're seeing from Periloot. A strong start from them. Very dominant pressure coming out. Can they continue to hold this over can they hold this over the enemy team and then take us to game number 3? We'll see, as they are going to be grabbing a siege camp on the bottom left of our screen. Or in the bottom left of the map, I guess. And 7 talent tiers just right around the corner. They don't have anyone to stall this out or stop this, and so that is going to be first objective in favor for the members of Periloot, but that's going to be Can't Counterpick Stupid trying to get the pick onto the Tychus, and they managed to get that right there. Selma in a bit of a rough spot, taking a lot of damage. Swill is going to be able to go ahead and grab that kill for the friendly team, but they end up trading that Sylvanas regardless. 1 for 1. Or excuse me, the Tychus was picked off there as well. But they pick up a Muradin on top of it. Such good back and forth so far as Ragnaros is trying to push out the mid lane as this, and they're just trying to make sure the mid lane objective gets that. Does it get the armor reduction applied to it? It doesn't seem like it. I'm not sure. Either way, we're going to continue to see this as it's getting pushed in through the mid lane. Top lane's going to be the next priority as we're going to just check this out right now. Osprey is going to be... Ooh. Nice use of the Molten Core for bottom lane for the defense. Toasty's going to have to kind of play this further back, and I don't think they're going to get much value there. Mid lane's going to be pushed in, and they still have half of the bar on this. It's the most healthy out of all of them. It's really, really rapidly falling. Not going to be getting much more than the front gate, and by front gate I mean the actual gate itself. Top lane, it's going to be a tower and a gate, so really not a whole lot of value coming out from that first one, just opening up the gates. And now Tychus will be sitting in the bottom lane here, just going to be trying to soak up as Valkyrie is going to step forward and say, like, I'm out of this lane. I don't want to fight into any of you, as they also now realize there's 3 down here. That means the Gul'dan's going to be in top lane, and they can see the Tyrande clearing out mid. That will mean that they're just going to back off and go ahead and grab their camp on the right-hand side, continue to soak up towards that 10. We'll actually cycle through some of the other numbers here and make sure that they're going to be, providing enough damage for the friendly team and also not having like your solo laner out damaging your assassins, because that actually happened last night. Like I looked over at one point, there was a Chen which I think had like the most heroic damage. It was like 18,000 in the. It was dwarfing their. I can't remember what it was, but it was significant to be dwarfing. Said, was it a Thrall maybe? But they had like 18,000. Thrall had like 14 or 16,000 hero damage. It was just like, are you serious right now? That is insane. But Toasty stepping up onto this Sylvanas, who does have the Banshees out right there, and they're able just to disengage. 10 talent here rounding the corner for both these teams in just a moment. But they do pick up their siege camp on the left-hand side, and we are going to be having our next objective in the bottom area. It will go up by 10 seconds as well. As noted before, the objective starts at 30 seconds, second one's at 40, third one's at 50, and then it continues at 50 for the rest of the game until, well, it ends. 10 talent here on the right-hand side. Draken Laser Drill for the Tychus here. Not going to be going into the Commandeer. Oh my god, what ended up happening to the Murden right there is they... I don't know if they didn't think that Swill had follow-up behind them. I'm not sure, but that Gravity Lap set them up for that follow-up pick, and that was huge for the members of Periloot. They're going to rotate down the team and get themselves set up for the next objective, and they could try and pick this up here and take it down. Hold on. I'm waiting for this mid lane engagement to pop off, but it doesn't seem like either team wants to step too far forward and try and take a fight. So they're going to back off, they're going to rotate back, and it's now going to be the engagement over the objective. 10 talent here on both sides. We have Lava Wave for that Ragnaros to push out these waves and try and dissuade the objective from getting much more value with that. But now we're going to be seeing Lunar Flare onto one. A little bit of... Ooh. Just zoning Starfall. I don't know, it feels a little bit early on that one. It's quite a long cooldown. That's going to be top lane with the Lava Wave as well. Avatar form going to be popped by the Murden right there. Horrified did separate two friendly members from the team, and Draken Laser Drill now comes down. Phoenix is going to be summoned by that Kael'thas, who tries to step further forward with it. Toasty in the top portion of our area just going to be trying to take this fight on to Valkymer, shred down that tank, but now they're focusing in on the objective because they have the channel going out in their favor. They're going to cycle out here, make sure that Helio gets that pustule spread around to everybody, and then we'll be able to pop that, make sure they're going to be able to then heal them up and have them ready to go. A little bit of a channel stall coming out from Valkymer. Osprey going to get a little bit of the Drain Hope as well, and Swill just going to be backing off, making sure they're going to be having full health for this. And just, I'm waiting for the fight to pop off, but it seems like they don't want to take that fight. They're going to cycle back out, grab some health, grab some mana, and reset for the objective. But still, nearing halfway through the first objective with that. They will back off and grab the siege camp on the left-hand side. Wit's End's gonna have to hearth and get full on mana with that. Once maybe they step forward. They just cycled out for a couple seconds, maybe hoping that the enemy team is gonna go back for full hearths, and now they aren't gonna be seeing anyone step up against them. Helio and friends will have the channel, and that will continue. 20 more seconds necessary. They need to hold this point and make sure the jailers don't get the conversion onto this either, as now everyone's back. There's pressure in mid lane. Let's see if they're going to be able to pull this off. Starfall did come out right there. That's going to be getting some healing out for the friendly team. That's going to be the channel being stalled out here and there, but I don't think they're going to be able to stop it fully, and that's going to be the second objective over to Periloot. Hold on, Osprey taking a lot of damage. They have the chain bomb into them as well. Horrified did come out. I don't think it connected onto anyone, but they find a Tyrande. That is Murden popping the Avatar form as well, and now objective popping up. They can move into mid lane and clear this out, and then continue to have pressure through top, mid, and bottom. Ragnaros, I don't know if they have the Molten Core up and available. 15 seconds as they're noting to the friendly team on that Lava Wave. We do have the vision for the members of Periloot. Good discipline to back out there. I agree, Ektar. Well, let's get the vision for Periloot as they're going to be going for the siege once again. I believe this is second objective of the game, and it will be in their favor. Ragnaros is going to be sending the Lava Wave into top. We have the Imperius going to top as well, just to go ahead and push that further out. We do have the Molten Core from the Ragnaros into mid lane to defend this, and now Valkymer is going to be trying to dive onto the Kael'thas, who actually gets the pustule popped onto them, and that was a huge... I don't know if that was a bait or not, but it got value like one. As we see the Ragnaros, and I like the Living Meteor there, because once it's complete, you're able to kind of throw it back and forth in that lane to get a little bit of a better wave clear, and you can do it from a distance. Bottom lane does have this entire wave pushing in, and it's still fairly healthy. They're going to rotate the friendly team down, confirm the bottom lane fort, get a little experience, push this out further. Imperius is up in this solo by themselves. Are they going to try and go for keep, or are they just going to back off and set themselves up for boss priority after the objective? Seems like that's gonna be the case. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I'm like, that's what I would maybe do. Pushing up into this lane won't get you much value. You can see how little value it got itself, and they're not showing, and they don't know. Meanwhile, in top lane, Karthan's going to be pushing this back out. They do have Osprey and Caledorn, and their main boss control is going to be sitting in this top lane. So even if they decide they're like, hey, yeah, actually they might be on boss and bottom, we haven't seen him for a while, they're not going to be able to rotate that down quickly enough. Quick thinking by Joe to Iron Skin the Horrify. Yeah, I thought it actually connected onto her right there. Oh, is that what happened? I was a little short. I thought it was a little short. Yeah, no, I thought that it just didn't connect, and it was a little short as well, but I did see that she had Iron Skin up. Like, it was activated, so she might have popped it right in time, just kind of expecting or anticipating it right there. But we do have the mid lane being cleared out right now. Let's actually cycle through some of the other stats, and then we'll look at the 13 talents afterwards. Now, they can see the enemy team is on boss, and so this is something you take into your own games. If you can see that the enemy team is doing a boss, and you're like, you know what, we don't get much value if we push in that lane, let's actually grab the boss in top lane. Let's continue to add some more pressure. Then we can cycle back into mid, grab the siege camp, push out this mid lane. Leaving this is a little kind of not worrisome, but it's just you're giving over a bit right there, but not so much to the point where they're going to be losing out on a fort or losing a massive front gate. I think they're just going to take a wee bit of damage on that one, yeah. And I think actually the null camp is just about being cleared out. No, there's one more null right there. But boss in top lane now needs to be dealt with. Prisoner locations are going to be opening up in 14 seconds, and that boss will be cleared out after that time. So it's going to take way more than the timer right now. So this is just going to be an easy rotation over and a capture potential for the members of Periloot. This game number 2, definitely their momentum. They're playing their game here, and they're looking really, really comfortable on this map with their composition. Can they go further than this, though? Can they actually take the game and take us to game 3 is my question. Channel goes out. Lava wave will be there, and that actually nice timing on that. They actually get everything but one little guy. You could have just been nicer right there. Let's actually get the vision for the members of there we go, V. For the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid, as they are going to be walking up onto this point and see what they're seeing and just kind of throwing out some damage right there. Osprey a little bit forward. Celestial Charge goes out, but it doesn't connect. Draken Laser Drill. Huge Horrify going to be separating the Imperius from the friendly team, and you can see them getting bodied across the map right there. Flailing Swipe coming out from the Stukov as well, as that will push them back. Channel will be stalled out right now, and they're actually getting stalled out a little bit, but still 18 seconds out of the 50 total. That's really, really good for the members of Periloot. They can back off. They got 23 seconds on their Imperius. Now, Tychus in bottom lane for the clear, and they can see that too. That's something to know. These are little things that it's always good to highlight this because it informs at least Twitch chat and myself of what decisions they're making and how they're making them. These sentinels going out are kind of getting them an idea of how they're posturing, who's sitting where, and if they're going to be able to step forward. The Imperius is back in 2 seconds. They have a camp that's going to be prioritized for the mid lane pressure, and I don't know how I feel about that. They didn't have 16, so this is also time for them to find said 16, but I feel like they could have got a little bit more value with it. Either way, they're going to step forward onto this on the side of Periloot. Osprey and friends are just going to be able to then just cycle now onto this, and can they get the channel? Kael'thas, no interrupt so far. Gul'dan is just a touch too late right there. They spread the push around. Nice Celestial Charge coming out from Karthan, and Karthan, as they're going to be able to then find that Sylvanas. Dwarf Toss over the wall. Wit's End is going to be forced away as well, and now the channel goes through, and that looks like it's going to be objective number 3? Yes, number 3 going to be going over in favor for the members of Periloot, as that's Caledorn taking way too much damage. Can't Counterpick Stupid needs to make their way out of there and defend against this. Speaking of defense, that's going to be the mid lane objective now coming in, and that 20 armor reduction shreds through forts, keeps, and front gates, as well as heroes on top of it. Lava Wave coming through the lane as well, going to get a little bit of clear onto that objective. A small bit of health going to be removed right there. Molten Core is up and available, as we can now see that from that Ragnaros. Let's actually jump away from their vision. Let's jump onto the vision for the red team, get an idea of what Periloot's going to be doing. Third objective of the game. Can they start to take down keeps here? Oh, look at that. I didn't see... This is what they don't know about, and this is what we now know about. They step forward. That's going to be Ragnaros with the Molten Core. They're going to be trying to walk away from that huge swing going to be coming out. Iron Skin, really good timed right there. Silence out onto Toasty, who's going to be trying to make their way out. Muradin does have that chain bomb. They making sure they aren't spreading it. They do back out right there. Meanwhile, objective is pushing into the lanes. We've got top lane stacked up quite a bit, and now the friendly team is going to set their sights onto that. On the side of Periloot, Wits End so very low, is able to make it out alive for now as they keep getting the healing out of themselves. Angelic Armament was used by Carthan, who's going to go ahead and pop those onto Valkymer. This is the top lane keep, going to be shredded right there. Swill so very low, does have to back out. That corruption getting value, but that's going to be the Pushel being popped by the Stukov as well. And Swill backing off, taking their time. Corruption also going to be, that Echo Corruption being finished by the Gul'dan as well. Mid lane, I think they might try and just readjust their sights and try and go for this mid lane. No, they're not going to be able to. Periloot in the driver's seat for this game right now. Can they take it to game 3? Ooh. I love it. Objective, or excuse me, not the objective. The core is going to clear out the top lane right there. They do grab their siege camp for the mid. They do the same thing on the left-hand side, and this is just the setup for our next... Yeah, they were scouting out the boss this time. 28 seconds on our top lane boss. Lava Wave is ready as we are noted by the Ragnaros. They're setting up for a gank, but that's going to be the Stormbolt and the Sentinel coming out from Tyrande right there. Lava Wave coming through top lane. Oh, that's a huge clear. You can actually look at the minimap how far back that's going to be, how much value that's going to be pushing out as well. That's a really good Lava Wave to mitigate some of the incoming damage through top. And now objective popping up here. Molten Core up in 33 seconds. We've got our mid lane. Looks like Kael'thas will go ahead and try and get the clear up here. Are you trying to say that they needed to CCS? After TMT lost today, CCS is the first seed and Periloot is the second seed in Div C West. Wow, Avocado, thank you for that update, actually. I did not know that. The amount of slow to keep them in the rag fort, that could have been super deadly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was actually waiting. I was like, if Ragnaros got that huge Molten Core swing onto more than just the Johanna, who already popped the Iron Skin, that would have just been... That would have been a huge, huge turnaround for them. But look at this mid lane pressure coming in. Can they get the clear in time? Actually, well, Osprey has really good clear on the Gul'dan, but there's another wave coming in here. Look at these archers all set up. I think they're going to be able to get it just in time, but it's going to be sitting right around 809 health. That will be charge going out in favor for the members of Periloot. As I said, they are seemingly in the driver's seat for this game. They are going to be hitting their 20s first as well. Maybe we'll see them try and take an aggressive fight with this, but it seems like they're going to just at least utilize it to posture over this objective. Gul'dan going to be throwing out a little bit of damage here and there to stack up their that total hero dip. No, they're just putting out some damage to poke and weaken them down a little bit. That's going to be the Starfall coming out. The Kael'thas with the Phoenix as well, as a few members are getting low. They actually spread the chain bomb over to Celadorn, who doesn't go down from it, but still, that's a little bit of a risky spot to be in, to be spreading bomb around. And I don't know what Kael'thas actually took at level 20. They actually took the Pyromaster? Master of Flames, so that's going to be Living Bomb spreads indefinitely, and that's going to be Sylvanas, the first one to be picked off during this. I think the Horrify was used right there as well. Yeah, it's going to be on a full cooldown. I didn't see it get much value. Don't know if it connected on anyone, but either way, they are going to be moving into mid lane. They've got this Reaver minion already here, and it's going to be at half health, which would be a nice way to siege. If anyone doesn't know, the Alterac Pass does not use Catapult. It has Reaver minions, which are going to be these larger kind of axe-bearing, shield-wearing boys, and similar to the Gnolls in model, but a little bit taller and a little more battle ready. But here, Valkymer is going to be taking a bit of damage, as that's going to be Tychus throwing in some of that minigun damage. The objective is coming in through top and mid straight to the core. That's the one thing to note here. Well, top lane's gonna have to crash into one wave, but still, the wave clear on that shouldn't be too difficult for it on its own. But it seems like they want to try and get the clear onto this lava wave coming through, so that only the objective is here. Also kind of delays out the step up from the enemy team onto this 20 talent tier for both these sides. Carthan so very low, does pop the angelic armament right there. That's gonna be the Phoenix out from the Kael'thas as well. Flailing swipe coming out from Helio. Molten Core gonna be going right behind the enemy team. Celadorn trying to go for one swipe. They don't find it. Gul'dan gonna be going down, as well as the Tyrande. They get the Imperius in the counter kill, but look at this core, so very low, and that's going to be, can they get the kill onto the core, as it's going to be at 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, and it looks like the members of Periloot are going to be taking us to game 3. GG, well played. That Kael'thas again, just that smug lean back. Woo. Alrighty, everybody. Are you ready for game number 3? Because I know I am. These teams are putting on some great matches for us this evening. Let's jump over the stats once again. We're going to jump into the game immediately because I am super, super excited to find out who's going to be taking this. Alrighty. Yeah, and for anyone who's wondering, Bandit does have a Twitter. It's right next to it's next to his name. As like I promised, Ektar. I promised after that Division S weekend. I promised that, and I delivered. I actually made it that day. Because, yeah, I made it after the first day of... I made it on July 13th. Alrighty. Let's get this. There we go. How you doing, bud? What's your analysis of that game? He's just tired. Very solid showing from both teams. I agree. I very much agree with that, Dark Knight. I very, very much agree with that. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get into this in just a second here. Let me go ahead and get some things set up on my end. Boop, 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 boop. Alrighty, everybody. I hope you're ready for this. Really quickly, I just wanted to say, before we get into this game number 3, it will be our last game of the evening, but don't go anywhere. We still have that game. I just quickly wanted to thank everyone who's been watching. Everyone's been pushing and helping to move this channel towards partner. The big thing is, and the one thing I want to highlight and I really want to focus on is I don't want to make money off of partner. I don't care about that. I really, really don't. What I want to be able to do is have transcoding to be able to bring you better emotes and also be able to produce a better produced stream for you all, because with the partner assets that will just allow me to do that. So I just want to thank everyone who's been pushing for it, who's been encouraging it, who's been sharing the stream, who's been hosting. I just want to thank you all so much because it means a ton to me, all the support that's coming out from the Heroes community, and thank you for everyone who's following. If you're new to the stream, my name is Bahamut. I do a lot of casting, typically Monday through Thursday. If I'm not on this channel, I'm on a different channel casting. I talk a lot about Heroes, and I very much enjoy this game. I do a lot of casting for the Nexus gaming series. For the Heroes Lounge, for Bush League. I've worked in the Tespa Collegiate series with Jay Howe. I've done, as well as Cat Peach as well. So I love Here's the Storm. I love to produce a great show for you all. So thank you for following. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate all the support this evening and the raid from Heroes Hype. But we are going to get into this game. I just highly encourage you, if you enjoy Heroes the Storm content that I create or just casting in general, I do a lot of that, and follow this channel so you can get as much as possible. But I'm done ranting. I'm done thanking for the thousandth time. Let's go ahead and get into this. We got ourselves a game number 3. We are going into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. On the left-hand side, we have got the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid up 1 game in our best of 3 series. Wits End's going to be on the Rhaegar. Celadorn's going to be on the Gul'dan. Offspree will be on the Cassia. Silma's going to be on the Maiev. And we have a Joanna being played by Valkymer. On the right-hand side, also up 1 game in our best of 3 series, we've got Periloot. We've got Toasty going to be on the Greymane. Helio's going to be on the Stukov. Swill is going to be on the Muradin. Carthan is going to be on the Blaze. And Elavamar, that's my best attempt, is Budweiser. Yes, exactly. Celadorn is going to be on that Kael'thas. Let's jump into our mid. Let's check out our talents. Perfect Storm. Excuse me. Yeah, Perfect Storm for the Muradin. Really, ooh. Endurance Stimpack for the Blaze. We also do have the Umbral Bind for the Maiev and Thunderstroke for the Cassia right there. I like a lot of good questing talents, and of course we're going to be seeing the Echo Corruption from Celadorn on that Gul'dan, but a lot of good damage coming out at the start of this right now. We did see the Cassia rotating into bottom lane. Looks like that's going to be their solo lane matchup. I was introducing the teams. I'm like, what's the matchup for solo lane right now? Because I would say it's not a weak front line so much as they don't really have one outside of Joanna. This is also melee assassin Rhaegar, totally. I mean, kind of, sort of, because we have Electric Charge right now. I really, really like that. But we're just going to be seeing rotations right now break out between the two teams, because this is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, where we're looking to pick up gems. And typically, the rotations at the beginning of a game like this are mostly focused on stacking up some quests and also looking to maybe find a pick in the rotations, but more often than not, it's just grabbing the gems, getting the rotation, getting the regen globes for the Kael'thas player, getting these Stormbolt stacks for the Muradin, who typically will anchor through the center area. You can actually see them sitting right now. They're waiting for someone to step up a little bit, or maybe the tank to step up and go for for the rotation themselves to anchor, and that will just be an easy Stormbolt. Also, you get the dismount and you slow them down in the rotation, and Joanna, being the one person you're actually slowing down, is really good at grouping up the minions so that way that the, for example, Celadorn can get a faster clear, but they're not using that so much, and they're actually, I wouldn't say outpacing them, but they're kind of on this, they're unsuccinct. Look at this, Swill is just kind of being aggressive with these Stormbolts as well. I love this. Just so aggressive with his posturing, but realistically, as long as he can kind of get vision for the friendly team, he doesn't need to worry too much about them in the lane. He just mostly needs to worry about the anchoring for the friendly team. And I know we're focusing a lot on this, but it's a really, really good example of how a main tank will usually anchor on a map like this. They're getting vision for the team, they're slowing down the rotation, mostly heckling Valkymer. I don't know if that's on purpose, but they're definitely getting it. 0 out of 65,000 stacks, I know. Such an like, what is this? What is this? Division C? No. But we are gonna, ooh, Umbra Bind, and they also get the Stormbolt at the same time. That's gonna be Kael'thas spreading this Chain Bomb around, and this is, excuse me, Living Bomb. The Living Bomb getting so much value constantly in both these games that we've seen them playing the Kael'thas here. Cassie in this bottom lane seems to be doing pretty well into Karthon as well. This isn't something that we've highlighted enough, I don't think. The Rhaegar did rotate down here to grab the camp when they actually see the Rhaegar over on the left-hand side soloing camps, and this is something that we used to see back in, I know someone made a joke about 2016, but this feels very like 2016, 2017, where Rhaegar on Tomb of the Spider Queen is just kind of camping and rotating, and not so much in the healer role because they're just keeping themselves pretty safe within the rotations. It's 0-0 in kills thus far, 5-5 in levels, and it's pretty close overall. 50 gems, though, have been achieved on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. Shield Glare to slow them down in this turn-in right now. They only need 2 more, at least in the bank, on the side of Periloot, or at least they need to pick up 2 more. There we go, that's a better way to say it. On the side of Periloot, so they can actually have the turn-in themselves, and that's going to be Celadorn taking a lot of damage. They're going to be able to rotate out that Living Bomb, getting some good damage onto them. They're going to cycle back out, going to get a little bit of healing stolen away, as well as get a heal from the Rhaegar. They can actually drop one onto them. But this turn-in for both sides, it's available. Can the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid get the first turn-in here? We're just showing the vision for the members of the red team right now on the side of Periloot, as they're going to be trying to get the pings onto that Maiev. They want to try and get her out of this fight because she's such a difficult hero to deal with. Also, her poke onto Karthon right now is just, he's not enjoying it. He's like, I got these last little bit of gems that I want to turn in, my friends. Like, let me just do this. It's not going to be the full turn. I think he needs 17 total. No, I don't know if I can caster math this right. No, I can't caster math. That won't be it. That won't put them in there. 7 Talontier is about to be hit on the left-hand side, and they're not too far behind on the side of Periloot. They continue in their rotations, looking for experience and looking for these gems. 7-7 overall, and I'm trying to skim through the talents to see if we see anything out of the ordinary. Maiev is actually going to be going to Sudden Vengeance. We have the Spirit of Vengeance build. I've only seen like one other player ever play this, and it was back in the TESPA Collegiate series. That was the only time I ever seen like a Spirit of Vengeance build, and we'll see if it gets the value here. It was definitely really cool. It was a very aggressive Maiev play, but the team was there constantly, and with the Ancestral Healing, that might be all they need. Yeah, this is full, and this is a Spirit of Vengeance build from this Maiev. Okay, so let's find out. Sudden Vengeance. After blink, sorry, I don't want to miss anything on the map at the same time. Let's go ahead and just dump it right there. After blinking with Spirit of Vengeance, the Shadow explodes, dealing damaging all nearby enemy heroes for 6% of their maximum health. A little bit of blow up with that, and then so we also have Ruthless Spirit. Each enemy hero hit with Spirit of Vengeance increases all damage Maiev deals by 15% for 4 seconds, stacking up to 30%. So basically, she can get 2 stacks of Ruthless Spirit, is the way that I'm understanding that. But now Red Web Weavers are going to be descending in the lane. Kael'thas not getting the Gravity Lapse right there. That might have been what they needed to get the pick onto Celadorn. Regardless, that will be the Red Web. I can't do it. Red Web Weaver in top lane. There we go. And they're going to be able to get this push right now. And typically we see the top lane being the priority due to the fact that it is a boss lane. Later in the game, you want to pair in the Web Weavers with the boss, so you're able to then try and push onto core and maybe even take the game. A lot of the time, that seems to be the end condition for a lot of teams. Bottom lane is often a priority as well. We don't see tons of ends through mid, and I'm just, maybe it is the short. No, top is actually, I think, the shortest lane in the game, and that's specifically why we see that right there. But Celadorn, woo! Just this damage coming in. So, oh, hold on. Umbral Bind onto 2. They get the pull onto Swill, who's going to get the Dwarf Toss right out of there. Webweaver in top lane is now going to be cleared out. Mid lane was cleared out as well. And bottom lane got pushed in quite effectively by Carthen. A very good Webweaver phase for the members of Periloot. But can the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid... Oh, Cassia. Well, that's 9 gems gone. Say red Webweaver's 3 times fast. Oh, wait. Yeah, I kind of just did. I kind of realized that as I said it, and I was like, man, I should make that. Oh, I'm doing it. 9 gems were lost on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid. That's a nice little pickup for them, and also to delay them out in the attempt to get this turn in as well. 10 talent tier right around the corner, so let's cycle through some of the other numbers right now, get an idea of what the heroic damage, experience, and healing numbers look like. Gul'dan gonna, what time is, Bruiser Camp is up in 6. Maybe they have the Gul'dan I don't think wouldn't solo that, but that's gonna be Kael'thas finishing the Mana Addict right there, and they're trying to dive into this bottom lane. They're gonna be able to back off for now. Do they have a Spirit of Vengeance right out of there? Yeah, they do. Horrified, oh, I think they were trying to split them towards their front gate, but that didn't work out too good right there. Ball Lightning going to be jumping from player to player. There was also Blessed Shield Combustion coming out from the Blaze, and they actually pull them in with the Umbral Bind from Maiev. That's going to be Gul'dan going down. Maiev is going to be going down as well. Osprey is going to be the next target. The Ancestor Healing will connect, but will it even be enough as they've already burned through? That is a sense that Osprey died at least 2 times right there. Well, 1.5, I think is a better way to say it, because then they would have been dead. But still, oh, that was so very close right there. Bruiser Camp. Web Weavers. The camp is made out of grass hedgehog Pokemon? Huh, what? Oh. I'm not up to date on my Pokemon, I'm sorry. Red Team Maiev MVP of fight. Yeah, Maiev kind of just helped that Combustion Blaze. And that's going to be second Webweaver going out for Periloot as well. They're going to technically have back-to-back. Wasn't really, you know, spawn after spawn, but they are going to be having 2 in a row in a sense. The blue team not going to be able to get a spawn just yet. I want to quickly jump over and just highlight 30 gems on the Joanna, 15 on the Cassia. They've got 60-plus gems on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, so they don't want to be losing any members during this push. Blaze in bottom lane, and so Blaze will be showing in bottom lane in just a second, but they've got the Phoenix from the Kael'thas as well. So now that they see Blaze, they could step forward onto this and go for the defense. They're weakening it very, very well from just kind of a distance, and that's going to be the Curse Bolt going on to Valkymer. Follow-up Stormbolt from the Muradin as well. Iron Skin's going to be used, Horrify separating the Muradin from the friendly team, and that's going to be the burn onto Muradin. Very good pickup right there for the member. Oh, Containment Disc onto Kael'thas. Flailing Swipe to kind of buy some time for them to get out of there. That will be the Mana Shield used right there from that level 1, that Mana Addict. They're going to get the Pustule out as well. Horrify, not Horrify, but the... Oh, the Ancestor Healing goes out, but can they stay alive here? They have nothing to heal them. There was a Regeneration Glove that they didn't get in time, and I don't know if that would have been enough. Meanwhile, bottom lane has a Webweaver pushing in as well. Mid lane didn't go down, but they've got a decent way pushing into this. Overall, Fort for a kill, I guess you could say. Bahamut, you almost said combustion. That was a Pog Horrify. That was a very good Horrify. Kage, the official pronunciation, I declare it, and so it shall be for eternity. Shaman. Thank you for coming by, Kelladorn. I hope you're having a great night, and I hope you're enjoying the games that you are playing in. But I'm glad to have you all here. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, Cat Peach, hedgehogs. I saw that too, and I was just like, yeah, that's all I care about. Blue Web Weavers will be descending at this time. The first one's for the members of Can't Counterpick Stupid. That will also be the Mage being cleared out in the mid lane, and they're going to clear out this rest of the Bruiser camp as well. 13 to 13 in levels, 2 to 3 in kills. Actually, what is Thunder God's Vigor? The enemy hero's hit with the primary missile of Lightning Fury reduces its cooldown by 1 second. What's the overall cooldown for that ability? I'm curious. So it's a 3-second cooldown at that point. And then once you finish Thunderstroke, I believe you get 2 strikes. Oh, that's going to be the Containment Disc, but I don't know. That's so far close. It's so close to the gate. Yeah, that's not going to get them any sort of value right there. Sorry, I just want to double check on this. So you get a second charge. So you can actually, if you threw 2 of them out in a row, you could essentially get a 2-second cooldown onto your Thunder, so you can half it. Either way, they're working their way through that. They've only got one more stack onto that one. Phoenix coming out from the Kael'thas as well to force them back in this top lane. They're taking quite a bit of damage here, so they're gonna have to back off a little bit. Thunderstroke was just finished out as well. Maiev has 4 stacks on the Umbral Bind, or excuse me, Bonds of Justice. So they need one more for the halfway damage increase, and then they need 10 total just for the cleave on top of that. Meanwhile, Blaze, can you save bottom? 100? Ah, no, they can't. I was waiting to see. So bottom lane's evened out. Top lane, not so much. And mid lane, it's got a sneeze on it. 661. 5 more health. You could have had a little bit of a meme. Spoilers, one of these teams win the match. Keladorn, how could you? How could you? How could you? 4 seconds. Yeah, you were right, actually, 7th Ace. Good call on that. Her Q becomes auto attack with it. Pretty much, okay. I mean, she's just chucking these out constantly. Do you get a cooldown reduction from this one as well? No, it doesn't look like you each get the second charge, but you're still going to be able to just kind of... It looks like they're just able to, like, just rapid fire these out constantly as long as they're hitting heroes. 101 gems on the left-hand side. They've gotten 1 turn in so far. They're trying to go for their second, but they have denied this fairly effectively. They've also got the mid lane fort down. Umbral Bind onto 1. That's going to be Swill being pulled in. That's also going to be a nice Blessed Shield going out as well. Horrify to separate a couple. That's going to be the oh my god, I can't containment disc onto 1. Keladorn getting the Ancestor healing in time, but Cassie is going to be going down in the back lane. That cursed bullet, you can hear it going out from Greymane here and there. They're trying to chase in further, and they managed to get, so far they've managed to pick up all the gems that they've dropped, but Wit's End needs to get out of here as well as Silma, and they've managed to do so, and they've effectively forced them off the point. They don't have, see, here's the hard part when you're sitting on the side of Periloot, is the waves are so far pushed up that you're going to have to engage kind of far into the lane to try and get any sort of gem pickup here, and it's just a hard spot to be in, so they're going to go ahead and jump over onto this boss. They haven't been scouted out by the enemy team. 30 seconds on these, or 30 plus seconds on the Horrify right there, so they're not going to be able to use that to steal it away. It doesn't even seem like they want, well, they might be wanting to step up on this, but they're definitely showing in lane. They could try and sneak down here and go for a turn-in, but they're going to spend some time. They're going to push back their waves, make sure that they find their 16s. This is going to be a nice... I like that. Just kind of backing off. Let's get 16s. Let's be on point for this next fight, and then we can maybe go for the Webweaver turn-in and also defend this boss. But you can see it's a sliver right there before they hit that 16 talent here. We'll take a look at those talents, then we'll cycle through some other numbers in just a second. Let me guess, the winning team's color is red or blue. Kage, who would have known? If you combine the losing color with the winning color, you get purple. But with a level 16, you get more CDR. Let's see the level 16 CDR as well. Come on. You can do it. Tell me the talent. They actually have turned it on the side of Periloot as well. They could go for this because the waves are pretty far pushed out, and it's going to also be... No, I don't think that's gonna... I think that might be a different talent here than what's being talked about in chat with the Pierce. Fear the Sun. Well, here we go. That's going to be one containment disc, Horrify to push them off the point. That's going to be Murden off this. That's going to be the Blaze with the combustion I think we just saw right there. Silence onto 1 as Maiev is the first one to go down. They're stealing away this point, and look at how much damage is being thrown across the board. Toasty is going to find a kill onto the Johanna. Look at how many gems are currently sitting on the ground just from the Johanna kill. Wit's End with 52 gems is going to be going down as well, and they have denied so much. Let's actually show the gem count right now. Look at that. 60. They were at 101 before the Webweavers descended. They're at 36 now. They lost a considerable amount of gems. And Periloot now stepping forward in these lanes. They've actually got Toasty in the mid, and they're going to have the friendly team in this bottom lane. They're going to go ahead and step further forward. The Webweaver in top lane has got a huge stacked up wave, so they know that they're going to get value right there. Death timers aren't the lowest in the world, so we are going to be seeing a few members back up. Gul'dan is going to be able to be here for the clear, and it looks like they're going to prioritize the top lane for now, as that's going to be the bottom lane keep going down. Mid lane keep is just about hitting that halfway mark, but look at now as the team jumps onto this, how quickly it burns down. 16 to 18 in levels. Webweavers are approaching the core. Can they make the defense on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid, or will Periloot take our game number 3 and end the series 2-1? Let's see if they're able to make this defense. Webweaver in bottom now ending. Another spider going to be going down in mid, and now they're dropping the core down to half health, but Kael'thas is the first one to go down. That's the Umbral Bind keeping them there. Murden goes down. Can they get this? That's going to be the Horrify to keep Greymane from attacking the core. Toasty gets one Razor Swipe, and they go down. That's going to be Helio and Carthan trying to get the bird onto this, and they end up going down as well. 5 members being wiped. The core at 18%. Top lane keep is still up. They've got a camp coming in through mid. Chat, what a game? Periloot sure can reverse sweep. Wow. Oof, that gem loss. Can we get F's in chat for game for gem loss? Thank you so much, 7th Ace, for that. Oh my god. 74 gems. So they managed to pick up quite a few during all that. And now they have a Webweaver phase of their own. Oopsie. So nice weather tonight. Like I love that. It's just like, all right, we could plan and we could talk as a team and plan out for this next when we revive. No, like let's talk about the weather. I'm just kidding. Also, Spob and Hang Tough, thank you for the follows during this game. I very much appreciate the support you brought to the stream tonight. Whew. And I apparently can't talk. It's also 10 o'clock for me. I just realized that. Alrighty, and how long have we been going? Oh, I don't know. I had to restart my stream, but I think we've been up there in stream time this evening. Either way, 19 and 19 in levels. 10s are right around the corner for both teams. Who are they going to be able to make the defense? I guess not who, but are the members of Periloot going to make this defense? Or will they walk into this core and take game number 3 on the side of Can't Counterpick Stupid? Let's see what they're able to do as they get a lot of damage out of that Murden. Flailing Swipe, 2 of the charges used right there. Top Webweaver already being cleared out. Bottom lane being kind of diced right through right there. And that's going to be mid lane still coming through. So Can't Counterpick Stupid not getting a whole lot of value with this turn-in right now, as mid lane is just about going to be ending. And here's, like, if they could honestly just, they could just backdoor core on the side of Periloot. And they need to be worried about this. Like, Can't Counterpick Stupid, they need to be aware of the fact that their core is very, very low. It's got 18%. 10s right around the corners for both teams. Did I say 10s? I thought I said 20s. I'm a lot more tired than I thought I was. Oh, Bush Party? This is it's such a rough spot to be in, because you're just like, all right, well, if we try and rush core, like, they'll definitely, like, we could lose the game. And they're currently showing in bottom lane. They do have the vision right now. Wit's End is what we're currently seeing. Top lane is just gonna be where they're clearing out up there. Oh, it's nerve-wracking this late into the game. Chromie confirmed as new hero? Absolutely, 7th Ace. It is Chromie, the Nexus hero. Nexorama's confirmed. Oh, I like, well, the mech event's really good, but I'm excited to see what kind of event we're going to be getting with Kara. I think no, I can't remember how the pronunciation now that someone actually told me, and I was like, oh, I think I got it, and now I can't remember because I can't see it. But regardless, you can see the back and forth between these teams. They're very nervous about trying to step forward onto this core rush. They need only 8 more gems on the opposing side, which is only going to be like that right there and like a wave and a half. Yeah, they just need this bottom wave right here, and they can go for a gem turn in, but they're constantly pushing up these waves. Maybe if they grab this bruiser camp, they're going to try and push in as well. Oro me. Oh god. Kuhara. It is Kuhara. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking around this minimap. I'm just like, I'm waiting to see what the game plan is here, because so far they've just been pushing up the waves. They're gonna go for top lane keep as well. It's gonna be an easy burn before they can even respond. And okay, they're going for it. They're gonna go for core call. Let's see if they're gonna be able to do it here. Periloot trying to go for the core rush. Valcomer and friends are gonna be hearthing right back. That's gonna be the flailing swipe coming out as well. They're trying to end, and it looks like the ball lightning comes out, and Sister Healing's there, and that will be game number 3 over to the members of Periloot. GG, well played. All right, let's look at some stats and